you're the kid who's been sending me those articles from the school newspaper. What, do you like the star of your school?
They hate me.
From the creator of Jerry Maguire.
I love the time in someone's life where the world tilts a little bit.
This is Rolling Stone magazine. I think you should be writing for us. We can only pay, let me see, $700. I'll write $1,000.
William was an outsider.
I'm William Miller. I'm a journalist.
Not on the list.
When he met a band named Stillwater and got inside the world of his dreams.
It's gonna get ugly, man. They're gonna buy you drinks. You're gonna meet girls.
Oh.
They're gonna fly you places for free. Look, I know it sounds great. These people are not your friends.
Almost Famous was inspired by Cameron Crowe's real-life experiences.
That was me, and that was me at that exact spot.
How old are you?
17.
Me too.
Actually, I'm 16.
How old are we really?
I'm 15.
That was the first place I ever got backstage, and I didn't want to leave.
He's still got all these boxes of the tour passes and the buttons and the pictures from those days. And, you know, he can't let them go. So finally, Larry Kasdan, who's a bud, said, Cameron, you've got to write your story. And then you can put those boxes away.
Starting about 10 years ago, I would say, one day I'm gonna do this movie. And the goal was to write a love letter back to music. And the characters behind the songs that you still hear on classic radio. The Lester Bangs character is a tribute to a real guy who was a little bit of a mentor to me.
Music, yeah, true music, not just rock and roll, it chooses you.
It's quite an honor to have the world's greatest rock critic and editor of Cream magazine, Lester Bangs.
Cameron is quite successful today in films that he's told from his heart. And I think Lester probably saw that in the young Cameron Crowe.
If you're gonna be a true journalist, you cannot make friends with the rock stars.
Do you have to be depressed to write a sad song? Do you have to be in love to write a love song?
When did you get so professional?
I think that's the first time in his life that he really feels cool.
Beware, beware a Rolling Stone magazine, because they will change your story, they'll rewrite it.
But besides that, what would be wrong with it?
I just remember this kid, this kind of glumpy kid we were starting to send around to places. Kind of quiet and shy, but it's just totally charming.
Any ideas?
How about Stillwater?
Crazy. Let's do 3,000 words. You'll join the band on the road. Me, a journalism major?
Yeah.
What college?
Honey, I need you to do that thing that fixes the garbage disposal.
Well, I certainly know how my lady gets when you don't snap to it. Crazy.
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 Cameron was the youngest contributing editor for Rolling Stone, and Cameron was the kid always in the corner, observing with his eyes and listening with his ears.
I'm telling secrets to the one guy you don't tell secrets to.
The story's based in large part on the first Allman Brothers story that I did, and also the Led Zeppelin cover story, where I'd spent weeks on the road with these guys.
Cameron, being a writer for Rolling Stone, I mean, that was how he grew up. That's how Cameron became a man.
Who are you with?
I'm a journalist. I'm not a, groupie.
Groupie?
We are not groupies.
This is Penny Lane, man. Show some respect.
Groupies sleep with rock stars because they want to be near someone famous. We're here because of the music. We are Band-Aids. It's all happening.
Penny Lane is like the life of every party.
Ladies and gentlemen!
You know, all us girls look up to her, and she's like the Band-Aid.
Russell! Yes. Hey. This is Penny Lane.
Pleasure.
The real Penny Lane was a very selfless trainer of Band-Aids. Okay, and now try and talk to your other friends there. And I called her when I was making the movie to tell her what we were doing, and she's still incredibly charismatic. I wanted to use her name, but the character is a composite of a number of girls from the era.
Who is that girl? She's creeping me out. She's not with any of you guys, is she?
Yeah, she's with me.
Hi, welcome to Swingo Celebrity Inn. You must be Stillwater.
Does anybody remember laughter?
It's very fast-paced living, you know? It's just 1 second to the next, and next hotel, next town, next show, you know? And it is exciting.
I am a golden god!
Russell is such a self-centered kind of guy and really sees himself as this big star, and it is like, in a sense, everybody comes of age.
No, Russell. Hey, Mom, it's Russell Hammond. I play guitar in Stillwater. Hey, how does it feel to be the mother of the greatest rock journalist we've met?
Ow!
Hello?
Listen to me, mister. Your charm doesn't work on me, I'm on to you. Am I speaking to you clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
It was very hard having my mom on the set, and there's no way you can turn and escape the strange oddity of what you're doing. You know, in front of you is Frances McDormand playing a version of your mother. Behind you is your mother. And there's no place to hide.
Your mom kind of freaked me out.
She means well.
She really trusts him. Intuitively, she knows that she's taught him well. Can I speak with William, please?
Is this Marianne with the pot?
No. This is not Marianne with the pot. This is Elaine, his mother.
I would chase these people from city to city to city and call home and say, well, the good news is I get to go to New York. The bad news is I don't have my interview.
I'm gonna fly back Monday morning. No. I'll only miss one test.
And they would say, no, it's all bad news. You're coming home, and who cares about your interview?
Rock stars have kidnapped my son. Cameron has cast the film really, really well in the way that he paired the musicians and the way he put the Band-Aids together. They're like kind of different subcultures of the movie.
Finding the William Miller part was really tough. We saw tapes of everybody.
We did a nationwide search, and Patrick's tape came towards the end of that search.
Mom, I'm 15.
And a drama teacher from Utah sent his tape in.
Don't take drugs.
Okay, very funny. Sense of humor, that's a good thing.
One night I came home and my dad told me, well, they want to see you in LA. And I was terrified and nervous and excited all at the same time.
Patrick had never been to LA before and walked in the door taking it all in. And immediately, I felt we were close to something. But what he did was he put his heart into it and was not jaded in the slightest.
It was just such a Alice in Wonderland kind of a thing. It's a big Hollywood movie with the guy who made Jerry Maguire and Say Anything, which are like awesome movies.
You are saying God.
We talked about the similarities between myself and William. You're coming from nowhere. You're coming from Salt Lake City, Utah. And you can, of course, take some of that and put it into what William is feeling, because he's never been probably out of San Diego before.
Penny, hey, does Alice know you're here?
Oh, I'm just showing my very dear, very wonderful friend William Miller around. He's a very important writer. He knows Lester Bangs. I'm responsible for his moral conduct while he's gone.
It's not like totally autobiographical for Cameron, but it is based on Cameron when he was younger. You know, 6 weeks of rehearsal, you get to see what he's like, how he reacts in this situation, and then you can put that into William's character and how William would react in this situation. I put a little bit of his mannerisms in there, like the wave, I think, was partially his.
William is in the most exciting time of his life. He's got to just be aware of everything and be enjoying everything around him, and that's what Patrick's doing. He loves being here. And the look on his face, I mean, it just shot through my body. I remember that feeling of, I've arrived. Oh, this is what I want. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's great.
I really liked hanging out with all the girls on the set.
Let's deflower the kid.
Your time has come.
We must die.
They were, you know, giving me advice about the big sex scene, the deflowering scene. There was some interesting advice there. And my face, I think, turned bright red.
Like a kid losing his virginity on screen in a scene based on something that happened to me. That's a squirmer, you know? But it seems to affect people. And it's odd how the stuff that's most personal to you is the thing that people respond to the most.
Essentially, I think I grew up making that movie as William grew up in the movie.
You're so sweet. God, if there was more of you in him.
Don't tell me this stuff. I want to like him. Cut!
Kate herself, I think she's got this pool of emotion just beneath the confidence, which is the character.
Don't go to New York.
Why are you yelling at me?
But the great thing about Kate is you can just put the camera on her and not cut. She'll take you on the whole ride emotionally, from laughing to tears and then back to laughing. It's gonna basically move across.
He makes everybody feel like the most important person in the world. And that person that he's speaking to right now at that very moment is the most important person to him.
And then you wanted to be a part of this thing that you saw was happening, and you gave that look, you know.
He just has this way of bringing out the best that you have to offer for your character.
And cut. The movies that I love make me feel kind of sad and happy at the same time. And the great thing is, if you get out of music's way, music can help you catch those moments on film.
All the while he's writing, he'll jam on songs and think about that scene with that song playing.
Music is usually more profound than anything the actors might be saying. If you just have them silent and the music plays, the music gives things a greater meaning. I make these tapes every month from years ago up till now. And they're all dated and labeled, and they're the songs that I was listening to during that time. And I go back and dig them out, and it's as good as a diary.
The great thing about music is we feel like it's sympathizing with you. If you feel gloomy, you know, you can listen to this song and you feel better. And then if you're in a good mood, you listen to this song. And some songs just kind of explain it for you.
I think that's one of the most astounding things about music. It transports you and it gives you all kinds of power and all kinds of hope. Cameron was a real starving artist, and I was a big, rich rock star. He had finished the book of Fast Times and was developing and finishing the screenplay. He was the bachelor with the refrigerator that had some blue bread and some salsa, you know? But we fell kind of madly in love, and we still are.
We wrote a lot of the songs of Stillwater on our honeymoon, knowing one day we were going to do this movie, and also mostly just wanting to have some fun. And if we did our jobs right, it feels like what new music felt like back then.
Really loud, Patrick. With your line loud.
Should I come by later?
Yes, I'm in too truthful a mood.
He's a tough interview, Russell Hammond. It's tough getting him pinned down. And there were many like that. Jimmy Page was one. David Bowie was another, I remember. It's
Oh, it's Reg. It's Humble Pie's road manager.
Annie, come to Portland with us. There's nothing they could teach you at college. There was this whiz kid, my management told me, a great writer, brand new writer that worked at Rolling Stone already, and he was 16, I heard. And I remember sitting in A&M studios with him, just like Patrick, with his notepad, you know, And his writing was not the writing of a 16-year-old.
Cameron and I were there when Peter Frampton was the biggest thing in the world and sold 20 million albums of Frampton Comes Alive.
Billy Crudup had to learn guitar. So actually who ended up teaching him was Peter Frampton. Talk about the world's coolest guitar teacher you could ever get.
Peter Frampton's joy of music infected everyone in the movie. Is happy just on a break to show Jason Lee how a blues song might go as he would be playing at a stadium, and help these guys become a real band.
Our band rehearsal space was a studio in Santa Monica, and we called it Rock and Roll School. That's where we as a band would go every night and rehearse.
Billy Crudup very quickly got past the very humorous aspect of Peter Frampton changing his strings and realized, well, this is what it is to be a musician.
I can't teach Billy what I do. It's got to come from him. I can give him little pointers, you know, obviously, but he has to be Russell. He can't be me.
We had a big party, you know, right before we started shooting, and had a whole crowd there, and it was a ball.
I was running lights and Peter Frampton was guitar teching.
The lights went up and I was going, oh my God.
Jason came to life like I'd never seen him in rehearsals.
Because there was people there.
There was people there, there was that energy that was in the air.
Yeah.
And that's nothing that you can teach somebody.
I mean, Billy, 2 months on guitar was just like, wow. And Jason was up there doing his like butt moves and his little like microphone moves, like the up in the air. I mean, I couldn't believe that Nancy and Peter and Cameron put that stuff together like that. Like, you know, it's amazing.
I turned into a 17-year-old and I just jumped up and down and screamed. It was heaven.
It's a level of affirmation that you don't get a lot in real life. And it's as akin to glory as I can imagine.
People are gonna be asking, where can I get my Stillwater tickets?
I was really sorry to see Stillwater play our rap party and then go in 4 different directions. I mean, don't they have a career? Stillwater? I hope so. I want to go see them play.
Hey, you want to come to LA? Be at the Riot House all week.
Riot House?
Yeah. The Continental Hyatt House.
No, it's not.
It's on Sunset Strip.
Oh, yeah, right, Sunset Strip.
I'm under Harry Houdini.
Cue music.
All those guys are with Alice Cooper. I'm gonna pretend I'm
The Riot House was the epicenter of the music world. My memories of the Hyatt House, more than anything else, are of me and Cameron waiting by the telephones,
Harry Houdini, please.
trying to like find Eric Clapton or find Jeff Beck, or you know, where's the people we're supposed to interview?
We actually went into the Hyatt House and gutted the whole main floor of it and brought it right back to 1973. The bellman who'd been there was just like, oh my God, he really did it. It's important for me to give that to Cameron and to the actors. I'm giving them an arena to play in.
That was part of the strange opportunity that was making the movie, that we could actually get people to go to some of these sites that meant so much to me. Because I think the spirit lingers in places where important things happened. How am I here on the same street I once walked with Lester Bangs, now with 60 people with me?
You know, your writing is damn good. It's just a shame you missed out on rock and roll. It's over.
Lester talks about that rock is dead.
It was a great time. It was like a party, and the party's over.
And I want to be around something that's live and breathing and pumping and moving, and that's new.
Lester was a crazy, brilliant fan, a huge fan of music.
One of the things exciting about playing this part was Cameron's love for the man.
He also was a little bit of a mentor to me, and I wanted to celebrate him. And I wanted to write about how I would call him late at night and ask him for help sometimes, ask him for advice. And I wanted to capture the soul of the rock critic, which is a guy who's probably happiest alone surrounded by records and takeout food.
Yeah, if you get into a jam, you can call me. I stay up late.
Philip Seymour Hoffman found Lester, I think. It's a beautiful thing. It's usually little things that set off the big events in your life. So I love writing about the little things, about the private moments that are huge volcanic events in a normal person's life. And if you can catch that on film, it's the greatest day in the world. Like Renee watching little Jonathan Lipnicki kiss Jerry Maguire for the first time. That moment in Jerry Maguire is when I felt like I was a real director. And there are a couple moments in this movie that made me feel like I'm getting stuff said on film that matters to me.
I've made a decision. I'm gonna live in Morocco for 1 year. Do you wanna come?
Yes. Yeah.
You sure?
Ask me again.
Do you wanna come?
She says, do you wanna come? And he says, yes. Ask me again. And that's Patrick talking to Kate. And it's such a wonderful moment because it's him kind of feeling his oats a little bit as an actor and as a guy.
You sure?
So I left it in. And that's one of my favorite moments in the movie.
Ask me again.
Do you wanna come?
Yes.
My wife, Nancy, did this amazing little guitar piece. This is a combination of that yearning and music. And he says, ask me again.
Hello.
Hello, this is Jan Winter, publisher of Rolling Stone. Congratulations, it's gonna be a cover.
People carry with them for the rest of their lives that music, which they heard somewhere between 16 and 24. And in those years, what you hear then stays with you the rest of your life.
It just makes the difference in music and in movies if you remember what it is to be a fan, because it means you're not speaking to the grand populace. You're talking to one person. Promises were made.
You can tell it's a Cameron Crowe movie because you can't really put it in a category of comedy, drama. It has a certain quality that you just like to fall in love with and watch the movie over and over.
I have to go home.
The story's about a band, a girl, a mother, all these people realizing that they've reached one person, William.
You are home.
All these people are really unforgettable to me. And I wanted to kind of blow him a kiss in a way and just tell that story.
All right, come on, bring the lights down.
Good evening, San Diego.
Stand right over there.
Would you please welcome from Troy, Michigan,
From the movie of the year comes the soundtrack of a lifetime. Almost Famous, music from the motion picture.
Look under your bed. It'll set you free.
I have to go home.
You are home.
Almost Famous, music from the motion picture. Now appearing in stores everywhere.